Hey guys, it's Lotus and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing August bullet journal setup, and I cannot believe I'm already on my 8th bullet journal setup of this year. This year has been flying by so fast, and I just can't believe that it's August already. I'm really excited to show you guys this month's theme. I have been waiting to do this one for a really long time, but this theme is Carnival, or kind of like the circus, the fair, amusement park kind of vibes, whatever you want to call it. But it was kind of inspired by TXT Blue Hour music video as well, with the scene with the carousel and the Ferris wheel and everything. Just added a little bit more of a summery vibe to it. So as you can see on my cover page, I have a Ferris wheel on the right hand side of the spread and a carousel on the left hand side as like the two main elements for this page. This cover page is a little bit more complex than what I'm used to doing, so I kind of like drew it out in advance, and then there's a lot of details to add in with the fine liner. So I'm going in with my Pigma microns as usual in like the various sizes. For this one I kind of used 0.5 a lot, as well as 0.3 and 0.2, because I wanted them to have kind of a thicker, more vibrant stroke to them. But here I am just outlining everything and then adding little fun details to the carousel to show like those neon lights that they usually have. Added some like flags and banners in the background just to make it look a little more festive and summery and fun. I really wanted to do this carnival kind of theme for the summer because I remember when I was younger, I would go to like the fair a lot with my family, and we'd go like spend a day and go on like the Ferris wheel and the carousel and like just play games there, and you get like cotton candy and like fun stuff. And we also have Coney Island here in New York, so sometimes we always go and hang out during the summer, so it just felt really nice, and I really want to do this theme this month. After I outlined everything on the page, I went in with color for the little Ferris wheel stations. I just used my zebra mild liners to color in each pod. And then I used a mix of markers to color everything else in. Some of my zebra mild liners was used to color in the like spokes of the Ferris wheel and the like overall structure. For the title font, I decided to go for this serif font. It's really random, but just to make the letters look a little bit ornate. And then I wasn't really sure what color to color it, but I wanted it to be really vibrant and stand out, so I decided to just go for all black. And then I ended up adding some of my glitter jelly roll pen on top of the black, so that like in person you could see it and it'll kind of look a little more shiny and glitzy. Once I finished coloring the main parts of the carousel, I went in with my Pentel Sunburst pen and colored in some of the accents, just to make it like gold and shiny and pop out. And then I continued using my Crayola Super Tips to kind of color in the rest of the elements on the carousel. Then I used my gold jelly roll to kind of add in like the fairy lights and stuff, as well as my zebra mild liners in like this rainbow of primary colors and green, just to give it kind of like a fun vibe and kind of just make it a little more like fun and give it that cool rainbow fairy light look. Like I was saying at the beginning, this is one of my more complex cover pages, so this kind of took me like 2 hours to do the whole thing, just because I had to plan out the sketch first and then ink everything in, color everything in, and then I wanted to add even more elements to kind of make the spread look complete. So yeah, this one took a really long time, but I do really like how it turned out. I think the effort was really worth it this time around. So here I'm just coloring my little flag banner in the background, and you can see the spread is starting to come together a little bit more. I added some wispy clouds at the top and just kind of scribbled in some zebra mod liner, like cloudy blue color on them. And then for the horses on the carousel, I just added some color to like add in some dimension to it, because they were looking a little bit plain, and I wanted to leave them like white just to keep things simple, but I added in like some shadows to give them some more dimension. And then I thought the bottom of the spread looked a little plain with just a couple wisps of grass on there, so I decided to go in with my zebra mod liner and color in the entire bottom with just these like sketchy patterns to show like there was the grass, as if you were actually on like, you know, the field of the park, and they kind of set these stuff up, and I think it looks pretty cool, so I'm glad I decided to do that. And then to finish up the page, I decided to color in the background of the sky. So here I am just getting my water brush and my Arteza water-based brush pens, and I just put some in my palette and use the water brush to kind of fill in the sky. I just kind of filled it in a little randomly, but this is the first time I used my water brush in this notebook for this year, and the pages held up pretty well to the water and this marker, so at least I know I can probably use it again in the future. Just to get out some of the water, the excess, I just put up a tissue and like pressed it down on the pages. And then I decided to go one step further because I felt like the Ferris wheel was not matching these rainbow fairy light fun carnival vibes as the carousel and stuff was. So I decided to go in with my zebra mod liners and put some fairy lights on there as well. And then the spread was done, so we are moving on to the next one, which is the calendar. Since this month starts on a Sunday instead of a Monday, how I usually do my calendar, I decided to just do a Sunday through Saturday calendar. So here I am just trying to grid boxes. These are 6x6. And it was different to me to have the excess space on the right hand side, since I usually do it so that the excess is on the left hand side. But I kind of like this layout a little bit more. I feel like it makes more sense, so I might copy this layout going forwards. At the top, I'm just adding in the font for the August title, and then I'm just drawing a little flag banner and little circus carnival tent. At the bottom, I wasn't really sure exactly what to put, so I decided to add some carnival food. So I have a little cup of churros, a lemonade, a cotton candy, and of course a little container of popcorn. And I think this was just really cute and really paid homage to like stuff that you do at a carnival. Like you go on the rides, you play some games, you eat the food, and it's an overall good time. So now I'm just adding color to the spread. So an iconic, you know, carnival tent, circus tent, and gotta have the red and white stripes. So I'm just coloring that in, and then I decided to go in with my silver and gold jelly roll pens just to add some sparkle to it. So I'm just filling in the top part of the tent. And then for the calendar grid box, I decided to do a rainbow alternate of all of my colors this month. So I'm just doing that here. And then I'm using those same colors to fill in the flag banner across the top. Once everything was colored in, it's time to number off the grid boxes. And then I colored in the black bar at the top and added the days of the week with my white jelly roll. And then the last thing to do on this spread was to color in the August title. So I just did that with one of my Pigma microns. Next we are moving on to the habit tracker and miscellaneous spread I usually do every month. So for the habit tracker this month I decided to go for Carnival games kind of looking. So at the top I drew kind of one of those ornate neon signs, and then I drew little game stations of where I'm going to fill everything in. So for the first habit I have, which is my language learning, I have the milk bottle toss thing that you usually do where you try and knock down the milk bottles on a shelf. So I drew enough for the whole month and I'm gonna color them in throughout the month. Then for the skincare section, that one is a beanbag toss. So I kind of drew a board with enough holes for the whole month and these little bean bags at the side to show that you're going to be throwing them in throughout the month. The exercise habit is the ring toss game. So I kind of drew enough pegs for the whole month, and then I'm going to just draw a little ring around it whenever I exercise throughout the month. And for the vitamins at the top, that is the balloon pop with the dart where you throw the darts at the balloon to pop them. So yeah, I'm really excited to fill this in, and I think that it turned out really cute to have kind of like a little Carnival games spread. And then for the other half of the spread, for the memories section, I decided to just draw an ornate sign and then draw a bunch of fairy lights all around. And then to finish it off, I drew a little flag banner at the bottom in the negative space I had, and then just kind of colored in the tops of the signs. I used the rainbow zebra mild liners to kind of complete the page and kind of give the Carnival games a more complete look. Of course, they'll be filled in individually throughout the month, but just to kind of make it fun and vibrant and match the theme a little bit more, I decided to color in the backgrounds of all of the games. I used my jelly rolls again, the metallics, to just color in the fairy light sections in the signs. And then I used the same assortment of rainbow mild liners to color in the fairy lights that go around the page. And now we are moving on to the final spread for this month's setup, and that is the first week of August. So I decided to do a weekly layout that has the decorations going straight down the middle, and then I have the 8 boxes for the week, one for each day and one for like miscellaneous note section. So I'm just drawing out the days of the week in a similar font style that I did the title, with like these serifs. And then I decided to tie in all of the other elements I used on the other pages. So I have the fairy lights going all around, the carnival tent, the flag banner, and I wanted to add in some more items that you see at a carnival. So I have a wider circus tent, I have a balloon cart, hall of mirrors, and then of course the flag banners, some fairy lights, and some more like clouds for like a nice summer day on the middle part of the spread. I decided to fill in the notes section with my gold metallic Pentel Sunburst pen, and then I filled in the text at the top with my largest micron. And then I used my gold Arteza brush pen to color in the sign again, and the same zebra mod liners to color in the fairy lights. And then I decided to play around with some of my other zebra mod liners in like the different colors to color in the hall of mirrors and the balloons and everything, just to make it a little more fun and vibrant. And then I decided to fill in the center of the spread with the same light blue sky background, just to make it look a little bit more complete. And I really like the way that the colored in background looks. It's subtle enough to be like a watercolor, but it still makes the scene look a little bit more complete. And then I added some grass at the bottom. So here is the final flip through. I really love the way this cover page turned out. And I love how the theme looks just so vibrant and colorful. Last month's theme was really colorful as well, but this one just has so much more of a calming, nostalgic vibe. And yeah, so as always, if you did enjoy this video, please make sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!